Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Just Arsenal YouTube channel. We're back again, myself and Rob. Uh, we hope you enjoyed last week's episode on what did we discuss? We discussed outgoings, and Pepe is now left. Maitland-Niles has going potentially to Southampton. It looks like I've seen, although there's not been too many updates on that. And Bellerin, who knows at this point? I saw a rumor saying he's going to Barca now as a free agent. Anyway, um, Rob, 2 days left of the transfer window. We've spoken in a We Love You Arsenal YouTube video about our need to now bring in a six with the new the injury updates to Mohamed Elneny and Thomas Partey. We both agree that we still need a winger desperately. It doesn't look like the front three that we've got playing, plus Nketiah and Smith Rowe, and perhaps Marquinhos, is enough for a full season congested. And it looks like we're going after this young winger. It looks like we may be priced out of Pedro Neto at this stage, and Wolves don't want to sell, understandably, at this stage of the window. But it looks like we're going after this Shakhtar Donetsk winger, Mykhaylo Mudryk. That's how I'm going to say it. We can't claim we're experts. He's a Ukrainian winger, Shakhtar Donetsk, 21, I think, will be 22 in January. Blonde haired, so I already like that. From the clips, from what I've gauged, is he's absolutely explosive. He just powers past people. There's times where he's got players of 5-10 yards on it, and he just managed to skip past them. Obviously, he won't get that space in the Premier League all the time. And, we've seen players like Dan James come into the Premier League with pace and not allowed to use it to any, to be effective at all. But it looks like he's really good dribbler. Good close control, will get shots off, is creative. It's an interesting one. What are your initial thoughts on Mykhaylo Mudryk?
I mean, I've only heard and seen good things from him. I like the sort of age profile, 21, and sort of aligns with what we sort of want from this next winger option. Someone who is definitely capable of playing football in the first team for Arsenal, but someone who's going to be happy to be that sort of understudy player to both Martinelli and Saka. I think he predominantly plays off the left wing. But, it'll be good for his development to sort of play on either flank. Definitely looks good enough to pick up those Europa League minutes, which me and you are particularly concerned about because we don't really want either one or any one of Jesus, Saka or Martinelli playing regularly in the Europa League. We want a fully changed front three, ideally. I think he's definitely an interesting option. I think he would probably take a little while at least to adapt. He's obviously played the first 2 games of the season over in Ukraine, but we know the situation there with the war, and that meant that last season was cut short. And, there would have been a lot of sort of horrible things going on in his life. So might take him a little while just to, get back to his best, but he does look a very exciting player. Shakhtar, obviously have a pretty good record of producing good players. They have done over the years.
Yeah, and obviously having Zinchenko there will probably help him with that adaptation, another Ukrainian to help him settle in. The thing with this one is there's been quite a variety in the targets we've supposedly been trying to get in this winger, with this mystery winger that's been going around on Twitter. Obviously, Pedro Neto and Rafinha, Premier League proven, would be able to settle in. The quality drop-off is much lower than with Saka or Martinelli. Whereas this one, he's a prospect. He's a bit of an unknown. He has played in the Champions League with Shakhtar Donetsk, and he looks exciting. But this isn't a guy who's going to come in and, if Saka's unavailable, we could just slot him in, and it's like we've hardly lost anything. Or if Martinelli's unavailable, this is a guy who's going to need time, as you said, to adapt, and probably isn't quite at the level yet. But it's still an exciting deal, and we need more depth there. And maybe, we saw what happened with Martinelli signed. This guy, he's coming with more pedigree than Martinelli did from Brazil. As I said, he's played in the Champions League. He's played in Ukrainian league, which is, not the highest level, but it's, probably a top 10 league in Europe. And yeah, it is still exciting. And also looking at the price tag, it's not like a punt. It's not like, a Nuno Tavares or a Martinelli. It's looking like 25 to 30 million is being rumoured. Yeah. Do you think that's feasible? Do you think we can get that done in the next few days?
I don't see why not. Obviously, the situation in Ukraine has meant that quite a few players have left Ukrainian clubs in recent months, and it's good that Mudryk has stayed at Shakhtar and not sort of torn up his contract like a lot of players have done, understandably. But I do think it's one that it is probably feasible. I think Zinchenko could potentially be pretty helpful in this one. I'd assume they know each other very well as two of Ukraine's better players. And I think it might point towards maybe an acceptance that, say, Saka or Martinelli are injured, that we can move Gabriel Jesus wide now. We've seen it in the opening few games of the season because Eddie Nketiah has just been so bloody good when he's come on. His cameos have been superb. And maybe there's more faith in him in that now. There's more faith that, say, Saka's unavailable for a run of games. Okay, we'll put Jesus onto the right wing and we'll put Eddie through the middle. That's fine. So it might point towards just a tad of a shift. I think ideally we would have signed a first team quality right winger, but just look at the prices teams are spending on sort of quality forwards at the moment. It's very difficult.
Anthony Gordon.
And I imagine it was probably influencing Wolves' valuation of Neto, understandably.
Yeah. We'll wait and see. I had a look at his FB ref, and he's played, I think, less than 2,000 minutes in his whole career. So he is inexperienced, but again, it's an exciting rumour. I think when it's a 21-year-old who looks explosive, who's very highly rated, it's always exciting. And I hope we do get it done, because I don't see any other rumours to wingers at the moment now after the Neto deal is not happening. And we need a player we need another wide player. Maybe he can play on the right as well. Who knows? We haven't seen it yet. Anyway, we'll call it a day there. Thank you for watching the Just Arsenal YouTube channel and this video. Hope you enjoyed, and hopefully we'll see you again next week. Any parting words, Rob?
No, just thank you for watching, and hope we get some signings done.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.